I'm Chris Kubal. Here's a look at your Local 5 weather impact forecast. Temperatures either side of zero earlier this morning. I think we're kind of in for a similar fate across the central part of the state once again for tonight. Looking at the sub-zero days that we've tallied up so far across parts of central Iowa, ranging from 6 to 14, the most in Fort Dodge so far this winter season. Looking off in the distance here at the time of this recording, bursts of snow drifting through. At times you'll see sun, and then a couple of minutes later you'll be under one of those snow bursts. They won't last long. They'll be out quickly on a Friday evening. Little to no accumulation is expected from this, and eventually a clear sky taking over. And as you see here, the lows once again either side of zero. I have a degree below planned for Des Moines with those wind chills diving down, I think, into that 5 to 20 degree below zero range as we look overnight. Here's the perspective wind chills by daybreak. Not much of a breeze, but subtle little gusts at temperatures either side of zero will at times push that feels like temperature down. Next disturbance is up on Sunday. Not a ton of moisture to work with. We're talking about minor to light amounts here, with the North Iowa focus overall evolving in this forecast. We're going to pin it on low impacts expected here. On the travel scene, little to none in southern Iowa. And this one staying primarily snow with just a slight little breeze to contend with. Here's Futurecast with those details as we look ahead. Again, that clear sky scenario, light wind as well. Those temperatures bottoming out into Saturday morning. High clouds will start to gather later in the day after a day filled with sunshine. You start to see our next disturbance arriving here as we go early morning hours of Sunday. A lot of the emphasis being put on northern Iowa here with the steadiest snow. And I think that's where we'll see the most in terms of accumulation as this one unfolds. Still, there's going to be some amounts here that tick closer to an inch or two, generally into the northern part of the state. But you see there's a lot of prospects there where we see very little to no accumulation. And generally southern Iowa, I'd say, is where that has the most likelihood of transpiring. 1 degree below tonight for our overnight low, and then 22 for your Saturday. Temperatures warming up a little bit, and we're going to continue to trend warmer in the long run. Temps in the low to mid 20s. So let's look at that extended outlook. 30s returning, freezing point just a little bit above for the first few days of February, and we'll be looking at temps back towards the 40s towards the end of the week. Another minor snow chance trying to evolve on Tuesday. We'll continue to track that. I don't think this is going to be anything too major, however. Those temperatures holding at those more mild marks, which is actually pretty close to typical for the time of year, that is near the freezing point, as we move through the better portion of the first week of February.